What's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Rebecca Ruber, here with Abraham Nova, who's going to be the co-main event at the Garden this weekend. You grew up in Albany, New York, correct?
Yes.
So how does it feel for you to be a New York kid now going to be the co-main event in Madison Square Garden?
It's a great feeling, knowing that I'm going to be fighting in Madison Square Garden, in the Garden, and I'm having all my fans, all my loved ones there. It's like a dream come true. The legends fought there, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and the list goes on. So to be a part of that venue, I'm like super pumped.
Do you have a pro fighter that you've looked up to, whether when you started in amateurs or now, that you feel like you kind of your style is inspired by?
I could say not just one, but there's many. I took a lot of good tactics from a lot of fighters and put into my arsenal, and that's how you get a supernova like myself. I don't feel like I fight like every other fighter. I feel like I got my own style, and that's because I took the best tools from all these fighters and added it on to my arsenal.
Well, how did you come up with the name Supernova?
It's actually a family tradition. It was there before I was born, So just our name being Nova, it was just we were all super, we were all stars, we were all legends. So just me being a fighter, it just transitioned well into me being who I am.
That's pretty dope. I like that a lot. So I like to start with first-time guests from the very humble beginnings. When did you pick up your first pair of gloves and why?
To be honest, I picked up my first pair of gloves. I could say I was roughly about 6 years old. A family friend from the family, he was a boxer, and he had us, me and my sister, she was younger than me, he had us sparring together. No boxing technique, nothing, just throwing it. That's the first time I ever picked it. But the first time I ever, got in the ring and started boxing, I was 12, 13 years old.
Oh, wow. And so your amateur career, you've had about over like 160 something amateur bouts, right?
I had a little more. I had 167 wins.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had 11 losses and 60 KOs as an amateur.
Wow. So even with 167 wins, just 11 losses, how was the transition going from amateurs to pros for you?
It fitted me 100% better. The amateur system is a different system. Mm-hmm. So it's a point system, a fast pace. I'm a slower fighter, big puncher. So I'm looking for a knock. I'm looking to hurt you. I just need time. So it transitioned very well in my favor.
Was there a moment in your amateur career where you realized this was what you were meant to do as a career professionally?
Absolutely. The way I was knocking kids out at 13 years old, 14 years old, my power, everybody knew this kid's going to be an amazing professional. People were just saying it, like, once you turn professional, nobody's going to mess with you. And as you can see now, I'm 21-0 with 15 knockouts, co-main event, in Madison Square Garden on ESPN. You can't get nothing better than this.
Yeah, for sure. Now, going back to your amateur career, did you work with any pro fighters as an amateur that helped get you to that next level?
A lot. I sparred at 15, 16 years old. I was sparring, with Amir Imam, Mikey Farragon, a lot of top level pros. I was an amateur from my region, and they were helping me, get to that next level. My spar with Javier Fortuna. A lot of pros. The list goes on. Jonathan Guzman, a lot of former world champions, and they were helping me as an amateur to get ready for the pros.
Is there anybody that you fought as an amateur that's now pro that you're very proud of the progress that they've made, as well as yourself?
Oh, big time. I fought the likes of Jaron Ennis. He's a big superstar coming up now, big puncher. I was able to share the ring with him. Gary Russells, I fought him as well. And a whole bunch of top pro fighters that I fought and that I sparred that are doing great noise in the professional rankings right now.
Back in 2021, during one of your walkouts, it was said that you had said you are the best kept secret in boxing. Do you believe that's still the case, or do you think this weekend the boxing world's going to know who you are even more?
Right now I'm still a big secret because I feel like they haven't seen my full arsenal, but like you said, this weekend they will see what I'm really about, they will see the whole package that Supernova brings because of the opponent I have in front of me. So he's going to bring the best out of me, and then the world's going to see my ring IQ and my special gift that I have in there.
Well, speaking of your opponent, Robeisy Ramirez, he is someone that I think is going to be one of your biggest tests to date in the professional ring. Can you tell us anything about your opponent, things that you've worked on this fight camp that's led you to this weekend?
Yeah, so like you said, he'll be my biggest test to date. That's only on paper. We haven't seen the results yet when we fight in the ring. It could be one of my easiest fights, could be one of my toughest fights. Mm-hmm. But Robeisy Ramirez, he's a good fighter. We prepare very well. We have all type of different sparring partners. Every week we'll have somebody new, to be fresh and get different bodies. So I'm excited, what he's gonna bring, because I know what I'm gonna bring. So it's gonna be an electrifying night Saturday night.
If there's one word to describe how your fight's gonna go this Saturday night, what would it be?
One word?
Yeah, one word.
Pain.
Pain. I like that. I was getting ready for you to say fireworks, because I get that every time I ask that question, but I like pain.
He's going to feel pain.
Now, let's quickly talk about the main event,
Yes.
BETERBIEV versus Smith Jr. Who do you got for that fight?
I'm being biased on this one. I'm a New Yorker. Joe Smith is a New Yorker, and I'm rooting for Joe Smith, but I will tell you that he does have a chance, and I'll explain why he has a chance. He has great punching power. He's relentless. BETERBIEV, he's been known to get dumped a couple times in a fight. So I feel like Smith will have a chance to drop him down early. In the fight. All we know that BETERBIEV has a great power, but I feel like Smith has power and good boxing. Well, better boxing than BETERBIEV. So I'm rooting on Smith just because I feel like he's more explosive, lets his hands go more, and I feel like he'll get there before BETERBIEV gets him.
Well, like people say, styles make fights, and I think this is a prime example of that we're going to see this weekend, as well as with your fight as well. Have you ever used the fight ball where you have the headband and then you punch the ball?
Yeah. With the
little ball.
No,
not the Oculus. Like the yeah.
I had it, but I'm not really good at it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to see your skills now. You got it? Okay. That was, let's say, 5. If you weren't a pro boxer, what would you be?
I'll be a big businessman. I'll be have probably 1,000 different properties. Also probably doing a different sport, but also be into business.
Yeah, what type of sport you think?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Did you play baseball as a young kid, or?
Baseball and football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your position in baseball?
I played third base and left field.
Are you a Yankee fan, Mets fan?
Boston fan.
Boston fan, and you're from New York?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I train in Boston.
Oh, okay.
But I've been in Boston for a long time. But Boston have Big Papi, Manny Ramirez, all the top athletes. So I'm a big Boston fan because of my Dominican heritage.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give it to you, even though you grew up in New York.
Yeah.
Even though we won't say anything, we won't judge. 6. Okay, 6. What is your go-to cheat meal?
My go-to cheat meal? Wow, that's a good one. Man, my go-to cheat... If I'm cheating, I'm cheating, So, but a go-to cheat meal... I gotta stick with pizza.
Ooh, like just regular cheese pizza, toppings, what are we talking?
Just cheese.
Cheese, okay.
Extra cheese. I'm a cheese guy, so yeah.
Okay.
Cheese pizza, yeah.
Spoken like a true New Yorker.
Indeed.
All right, let's do one more, okay? Mm-hmm. And now. You had it there. Okay, 9. That question is, if you could go back to your 13-year-old self, what piece of advice would you give yourself?
Be patient and understand timing in life. Everything in life has its timing. Don't rush anything. Don't do anything stupid, because I'm a big believer in God, and God has a timing for everything that you do in your life. So I say be patient, believe in God, trust in God, and know that everybody has different timing in life. That's the best advice I could have gave myself at the age of 13, because at the age of 13 you want to rush everything and do everything fast, because you think you know it all. So I say that's the best advice I could give myself, is be patient and believe and trust in God's timing.
Well, I think that is a great way to wrap up. If you have any sponsors, anyone specific you'd like to shout out, any message for the fans before your fight Saturday night, this is the time to do it.
A big shout out, to my sponsor, iCryo, Davies Office, Everybody Fights, and Dynamic Evolutions. Big shout out to you guys, and a big shout out to all my fans all around the world. A big shout out to all my Boricuas out there tuning in. A big shout out to all my Dominicans tuning in. Lo quiero mucho. I'm here fighting for you guys and doing it big. El Boridomi, Abraham Supernova, and you guys gonna see me, do big things. Saturday night, June 18th, 22-0. And hopefully we getting a big knockout with 16 KO. Let's get it.
Thank you so much, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much.